I know people say, oh, why didn't you choose wisely? Why didn't you choose your wife properly? Why didn't you choose your husband properly? But people can pretend, right? There's no way you're going to get in a relationship with me, right? If I come off the bat acting crazy, being rude to you, insulting you, isolating you, telling you you're ugly, or just there's no way, right? So I will be wise enough to know that, oh, if I want someone to get in this relationship with me, I need to pretend. I need to be on my best behavior, right? And then by doing that, that's how I'll be able to rope someone in, get them comfortable. And then when I feel, hey, thank you for joining. Is it
Good
IG?
morning. Yeah, how are you, lovely?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. How are you? You said good morning, so I'm
Uh,
guessing which part of the world are you in?
I'm in the UK. I'm
Oh, because you said good
in
morning, so I
Wales.
was thinking,
Sorry, I'm in Wales.
oh, you're in Wales.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. How are you?
I'm alright. It's not bad. How about you?
Okay. Yeah, I'm not doing bad. I'm even better now that you've joined.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So, what would you like to add to take away? I'd love to
Yeah,
hear your
you,
opinion.
you're right. But relationship in the end of the day, people just thinking it's money or material.
Okay, money or
But
material. Okay.
yeah, people think about that, but it's not. It's not the things, and people don't try to know together.
Okay.
Don't taking them time before he do something, taking them time and
Hmm.
to know the person. For
Okay.
this reason you see a lot of separation, a lot of divorce, a lot of people get hurt.
Okay. I see what you're saying because you're saying that people don't take time to get to know who they're with. That's
Yeah,
why the problem starts. But as I was saying, just as you're about to join IG, right?
yeah.
Um, like people can actually pretend. Do you believe that?
This is true.
Right? But you are right also because even there's only so long someone can pretend for. So I agree with you actually that it's good to study people. And sometimes just that desperation sometimes to be in a relationship, you will notice certain things that maybe is not adding up or red flags, but you ignore it because you're like, oh, let me give her a chance or let me give him a chance, right? So I
You
agree with
know,
that.
yes, do you know something? And the much big things I'm seeing at the moment. The
Okay.
man, when I see woman, he just see physically.
Okay. When he sees a woman, he just sees the outward beauty of the woman. Okay.
Yes, but he don't try. He just see that and ignore all the rest.
Hi, Elizabeth. Go on IG. Yeah, carry on with your point. I was just saying hello to Elizabeth. Halima.
I have a lot of friends. When I meet women, I ask them question why you love the woman. She doesn't
Mhm.
answer me. She just saying me, oh, see the body, you see the face,
Okay.
and that is mean. If you love somebody because of her body, if it's not beautiful anymore, what are you gonna do?
Exactly. So getting into the relationship for the wrong reasons. And
Yes.
maybe, thank you, as a man, you're able to share that perspective. Some men go into the relationship as like, what can I get out of this woman? She's beautiful, she's this. Not really from a place of love. So then,
Yeah.
which might turn into obviously one-sided for the woman because it's struggle to like keep her beauty. If her beauty starts to fade in your example, that might be a problem in the relationship.
Mm.
1 second, IG. I'll just love to hear what Alima has to say. Is that okay? Please stay on, IG. I just want us
Okay.
to hear what Alima has to say as well, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right, thank you. Alima, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Not bad. Lovely to hear your voice. You've got such a sweet, soothing voice. How are you? All right.
Fine, 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 fine.
Okay. What would you like to add? Because IG was talking about people or certain men choosing women just on their beauty, the way they look, and not actually looking deeply into the character of the woman. So basically, not loving the woman, just loving what the woman can give, in essence. Which, Mhm.
I think sometimes what we do and the mistake that we make, it's we only concentrate on, especially women, the money that you're going to get from this man, and we really don't want to know how much love they can give us. We only concentrate on the money side.
Mm.
That is what is affecting so much with what is going on now. And especially because most women, we do not want to work. And yet we do not want to ask ourselves, this man is going to marry me, but what can I bring on the table? Not only what the man can bring on the table, but also what can I bring on the table?
Okay. I see what you're saying, Alima, because especially in a setup where the man is working, right? He's the only one that's working. As a woman, there's nothing that, I mean, not there's nothing, but you're not contributing financially. You're not secure. You don't even have to contribute depending on your setup in your relationship. Or you don't have something for yourself. For instance, if the relationship was to go out or he starts to show part of himself or you're discovering certain things, there's no exit. I mean, I'm not saying you're supposed to have an exit plan, but you're not secure within yourself. You don't have something for yourself. If perchance you end up in an abusive relationship, there's no exit plan. There's no exit plan.
Yes.
Exactly. You enter the
Also,
relationship
there's something else.
something for you. All right, go on, Alima. I was just making sure I
And
got
also
you.
apart from, yeah, and also apart from money, I think also it depends also with the brains also. It's not always about the money. It also depends on the brains.
The brains
No,
of who? The brains of the woman or the man?
of a woman, yeah. Like also this man needs you to
Thank you, IG. Feel like you.
also give him some ideas on what to do, on what to add, because like he wants to do something. Can you help him to achieve that thing? You know, you don't just wait for him to make a decision of everything.
Mm.
Yes.
I see what you mean. That's why you're saying it might lead to women suffering in relationships
Yeah.
because they don't have their own, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because I see what you're saying in terms of supporting the man, but some men, depending on the relationship dynamic, right? They don't mind being the sole breadwinner, right? As long as a woman, even if you don't have money, you have
Yes.
some type of essence, like you have like intelligence, something that you're contributing to the world or community, of course raising your children. But for example, if your husband or your man was to come home and say, oh, I'm struggling with this and that, you're able to strategize, whether spiritually, anyway, to bring something to the relationship. So it's not just financially. So I see what you're saying, but obviously the responsibility is on the man choosing a spouse, choosing a wife or partner to say, okay, am I choosing this woman? I can see that she's not really like want to work, want to contribute. She just wants to live her soft best life. So you as a man, even I think IG was talking on that, right? You as a man, instead of just looking at how beautiful she is, right? Because I think we're saying the same thing in a roundabout way. Instead of just looking at how beautiful the woman is, you also as a man have to look at the fact that she has something to bring to the table, or if something was to happen to you as a man, can she stand? Can she, move forward, if you get what I'm trying to say? So really choosing partners.
Like can she make the correct decisions when I'm not there? Because it's not all the time that the man will always be there. There are those times that you find the man is not there, so you have to make the decision alone. You have to know what to do.
I see what you're saying. But in terms of like suffering in a relationship where you're in a one-sided relationship, like struggle love, like, so especially in African communities where women are supposed to put up with a lot of things, right? The more you can
Yeah.
put up with,
Yeah.
sorry, mute for me, thank you. The more you can put up with, if your husband cheats on you, beats you, and you stay, you're classified as a good woman, right? But if you
No,
then,
that is not good. No,
all
that
right,
that
that's
is
what I
not
want to
mean it's a good
focus on.
woman. Woman, you don't have to touch her. Doesn't matter what she done. You don't allow to touch a woman. It's my point of view.
Perfect.
But like here in Africa, like me, I come from Kenya, and not every woman who knows their rights.
That's very true.
Most of them, they go through the abuse and they are quiet because it's like that is what a man is supposed to be doing. Or you went through the same thing when you're growing up. Your mother was beaten and you're just there and she was just keep on going with
But
all the
this time,
abuse, all the things. But things
Alima,
have also changed. Some of women don't really understand that.
Okay, Alima, I think
Don't
I
really
want
understand
to touch
that.
on your point that women don't know their rights, right? So they
Yes.
obviously
Like
what they've
most
seen their
women in
mom being
Africa,
abused.
yes.
They've seen their mom being
Yeah.
abused. So for them, it's like a natural thing. Like this is what my mother put up
Yeah,
with,
it's
so I
like a
might as well.
natural thing, yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
So they
Alima,
don't
you
speak for
you're
themselves.
right because this is the old generation.
Yeah. But even now, and we are afraid to teach our children that that is not right.
But you find that
That
in this
is not right.
are stepping out, like they're speaking up for
Yeah, we
themselves.
still have parents who don't teach their girls. This is not right. Like, your boyfriend can slap you, and that's okay. And you start apologizing for a mistake that you didn't make, that the man made, but because you're a woman, you're supposed to
Put up with it.
accept everything, which is wrong.
That is rude, yeah.
That is very true. And please, if you'd like to join the conversation, send an invite. If you have something to contribute. So you're saying part of it is knowing women knowing their rights. First of all, knowing that what,
Yes.
it's okay to to speak up for myself, and having a family. Alima, you touched on it because it's one thing. Sorry, for a woman to want to stand up for herself. It's another thing for her family to support her, because most of the time if she goes home and she's like, oh, mom, my husband's not supporting me, it doesn't have to be just physically, maybe constantly cheating, putting her down, isolating her.
Yes.
If she goes home to report that, they'll say, oh, go back to your husband, is he giving you money? And as long as the husband is even taking care of the family, that's why you were mentioning having something for yourself as well as a woman financially, so that when these type of situation arises, you're able to stand up for yourself, you're able to get the support that you need, right?
Yes.
I don't know if
Like,
any
we
of
have
you
that thing, like here, we have that thing of if a man is providing for the food, for the school fees, for shelter, then it's okay for him to behave just the way he wants. And then you wake up and like just pretend everything is okay, and you're told that you're supposed to keep quiet. You see,
that's true.
like if he does that but he's paying all the bills, then it's okay, just let him do it. You see,
Yeah, even the
then
men will feel
also
like
when
they'll
we
say, oh,
grow
I'm looking
up
out for
and
you.
to teach our girls, it's okay to go through that thing, because that child can see what their mother is going through. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's high time we stop thinking like that. And then also we are scared of getting the divorce, as you were saying.
Stigma,
Like the
yes,
community. Like
around.
here in Africa, we have that thing of people judging you.
Exactly.
And you're scared of leaving your family, because when you go home, you'll be like, no, you're supposed to take everything, of which it is not right.
That's very true. There's also that judgment there, the fear of people judging you, ostracizing you. And obviously, as a man, IG also, like most men, if they are providing and doing everything financially, they feel like it's my right to do whatever I want because I give you and the children, right, to the woman. I give my woman and the children everything she wants and needs financially, then it's okay for me to do whatever I want.
But
Do you
if you
find that
want,
Yeah.
also?
if you want your woman looking good, you the man have to do it. It's not mean you doing everything in the flat or in the house. You can be nasty, or you can be bad person, or you can talk the person bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the any religion you are, you say even in the Quran, when you have a wife, you have to provide him food, you have to provide him everything.
So apart from the food and clothes, what about emotional support?
Yeah, that is most important. You have to be like listening. You have to be there when your wife need you. You have to. Some of the man. One day, take you a story.
Okay.
One guy, my friend, she was arguing with her wife. I said to him, "What are you gonna do?" He said, "No, I'm gonna stay out overnight." I said, "No, don't do that. Go to Tesco, buy flour and chocolate, and go say sorry."
Okay.
And this guy, he don't want to do that. And I insist. I say, let's go to Tesco. I choose the flour for you.
Oh,
And
that's
to
nice.
be honest, he done it. And she go back home. The day after, he called me and say, thank you, man. I said to him, why you want to run the problem? It's your family.
I
He
see
don't
what.
cost nothing to buy one flour of £6 and then to go and sort it out your things. You know, but a lot of man don't think about that. He thinks, okay, argument in the home, I gonna stay outside overnight. That is hurt the person with who you are.
Because then that's the problem is going to go from a
Yeah,
small problem to a big problem. Because
yeah.
if man, your friend, the person you're talking about was in the wrong in the first place, right? He did something wrong, right? Was he in the wrong?
No, she was not in the wrong even.
Oh, okay. So something happened. There was an
He
argument. So
was
it's not
argument
his wrong.
between him and her wife.
His wife.
But
So,
doesn't matter who have a right. When you have a wife or you have a husband and problem happen, you don't have to run the problem. You have to sit down and talk about that in the
that's
nice way. Be respectful, and go. And in the end of the day, now I see the new generation. You see somebody have a wife. It's just the name. The wife he didn't hear any nice word. She didn't, you know. For man to go to shopping, say, okay, I'm going nice shop, and today I want to surprise my wife, buy him something. She don't do it. A lot of people don't do that. A lot of people think just for themselves.
so it's selfishness also.
Yeah, I have a lot of people like that, you know.
So it's
You
very
know,
important. So carry on, sorry.
I don't understand the world, how was it now, but I'm so disappointed
No. Okay.
because you see in stuff you're not supposed to see,
Okay.
you know, and it doesn't matter it's a man or woman, because we are all both of side. You see a wrong person.
We're both human, right? We all have
Both
feelings, right?
human, but to come in DC now, all the young kids, the young women is getting divorced, or married 5 months, 6 months getting divorced, married 1 year getting divorced, because I don't think the love is here when you're getting divorced like this quickly. I don't know how to explain that.
Okay. I'm going to put this question to IG, Halima, and everyone here. Recently I was talking to someone and he mentioned to me that, oh, he loves the girlfriend, but he doesn't like her. You know, like when you greet someone over like on a Monday, oh, how was your weekend? And they said, oh, I said, oh, did you do something nice for your girlfriend, for your partner? And he was like, no, I didn't do anything nice because I don't like her. So I was like, okay, why would you be with someone that you don't like?
Does
So
this mean have a lot of arguments?
it means they have a lot of argument.
Argument. The love is here, but the argument is in the front.
Okay, then that means because of the
Yeah.
love, we're going to get married, right? And then if they don't like
Okay.
it, what's that?
Okay. The problem is you can love somebody, but when you argument every day, everybody you hate your girlfriend hate you because of just the argument. Because when the argument start, everybody's saying bad things,
Mm-hmm.
and after it's two people fall in love, but the argument is in the top of them.
Okay.
You know, that's what is it. It's my opinion.
Okay. Alima, thank you, IG. Alima, did you want to say something?
I think this guy is in love with her physically.
Okay.
He just want to show off because of the way she looks. But
Okay.
by the end of the day, they cannot have a conversation like you were saying. It's somebody that you can't sit and have a decent conversation between the two of you. You can't come to a mutual agreement of anything. So he's only in love with her physical appearance.
Okay.
And I think that is the mistake that we make.
Exactly, because that kind of relationship, obviously, to the outside world, aside from that admission, to the outside world, like me looking in, I'll see that, oh, that's a perfect couple. Soon they'll probably get married or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But admitting, especially when a man doesn't like you, there's like suffering ahead for the woman. If truly and deep down they're not married yet, and it's saying, no, I want nice things for her. So you can imagine
True.
the kind of marriage or the long-term relationship.
Yes.
And how then can a woman know this, right? Because this that I'm sharing is not something that she would, obviously she might know from some of the actions, but sometimes as a woman, how do you know that a man is with you because he loves you, but he doesn't like you? Do you see what I'm trying to say? Because to the girl, as a girl, if someone is with you, you might be thinking, oh, my partner loves me, my boyfriend loves me, he buys me flowers sometimes we argue, but obviously he's not showing you that he doesn't really like you. So how can you, do you see what I'm trying to say? How would you be able to know that, oh, this guy doesn't...
When you stop giving what the guy is there.
So if he's there for, like, let's say, intimacy or just her body.
Yes, when you stop giving that,
okay,
and you will see the double fist coming up.
Yeah,
okay.
I think that is true. That is true. Because this person will always be interested in what he's going to get. But when you stop, it is when you'll see the true colors of that person.
And then it's one thing to see the true color, it's another thing to be strong enough to leave the relationship.
Yeah.
You know, because it's easy to say, oh, wow, I can see this man doesn't really love me or this woman doesn't really love me. But then having that strength to say, you know what, even if I leave this relationship, there will be better for me. It's believing that one deserves better.
I will tell you something. She's going to be hard the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
But try to go out, see friends. You don't think about that. You have to be very strong. You know, because it's something like, example, if you see something bad coming to you, and you ran after that things, make yourself safe.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a hard relationship when you love
Yeah. When
somebody
you're
and you know,
separating. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's hard, but you have to be strong and don't focus. Say, oh, I leave this one. I don't gonna go to another person. Give another
Mm.
person chance to know you. You know, another person love you how you love her. You love him. That is my opinion.
Yeah, sure. That's a good advice. Like, especially going out church, not to isolate yourself. Like if one is going through a breakup, and then also believing that there's more out there and allowing other people to love you the way you deserve to be loved. Right? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying, Auntie?
Yes.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for that. Halima, please let me know in the comment section. Feel free to contribute. But I'm just so blessed to have IG and Halima join. Like, I just feel like I attract the best minds. All right, Halima, is there something you want to join?
But I also think also with us women we have this problem of we don't like being alone. Most of us women we are scared of being as alone. So you know very well. But I think women deep down inside we can tell when somebody is not in love with you. Like
Mm,
this person is only interested with what I'm giving him.
mm,
We can tell, but we do not want to accept the truth because trust me, when that man will get that woman that he wants, he'll run. That man will go running until he left
Once he
alone.
finds the woman he likes or loves or whatever,
Yeah,
he will run
yeah,
away.
To be
he will
honest
go
with
running
you, I
very
have
fast.
last year's. I
You're
have
very
last year. Sorry to interrupt you.
so sorry. Go on.
Uh, you know, I have a one very experience I done to myself.
Okay, something you did personally. All right.
Yeah, and honestly, before I was praying God every day. Oh God, give me wife, give me wife. But now, what I see, I'm just a little bit scared because I'm working so hard, and since I get divorced 5 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't marry. I didn't have a nobody in my life,
Mm,
And last year, what I done, I buy a new car. Soon I buy a new car. All the women I was saying hello and don't answer me, he was
mm-hmm,
come to me.
mm-hmm.
How are you? How was this? And I say to my mom, why today? You
What?
understand what I mean? Before I was walking, you didn't even look at me. And today, because I have this material, you just saying hi to me.
Okay.
I- It's so disappointing.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I see what you mean. It's disappointing. But to be fair, I feel like provision, yeah, is for a man what beauty is to a woman, right? So, for example, when you're ready to get married, you're going to choose a woman that you find beautiful, right? To you.
No, I'm not care anymore about the beautiful.
Okay, I'm just for example, right? So for a woman as well, right? She would want somebody that'll be able to provide, right? But there's a
Yeah.
fine line between looking for someone that is able to provide for himself, and as Alima said, you are also a woman that is not looking for a rescue plan, right? You're just looking for someone that at least if you have something going for yourself, they should also have something, but not just choosing someone off of something that can go today or tomorrow. Oh, he has a car, so I'm going to be nice to him. It
Yeah.
already shows that there's something is lacking in terms of character, right? But I
Mm.
don't feel there's anything wrong in wanting someone that's able to provide for you. Does that make sense? But not choosing just because oh he has a car. And
Yeah,
do you
but
get
it was like a rude in my eyes
a rude
because
awakening?
yeah, because just uh to be honest, sometimes you think, oh, it's better to be alone. You have your job, you have your own house, you have everything you want. You know what I mean? And nobody stress you. But
People are going to be sliding into your DMs after this year. I have my own job, I have my own house, I have a car. People are going to be messaging you IG.
no, that doesn't. I understand. But man like me have a lot of man, have a job, have them own flat, have them things.
Mm-hmm.
Don't find a woman. Seriously.
Finding the woman for you, right?
Yes, because the problem is I'm working 16 hours a day, Monday to Friday. After Friday, I sit down home. I don't go nowhere. Watch my TV. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke drugs. Watch my TV, see my program, and go back to bed.
That's good.
You don't have a time to get out to meet somebody when you're doing life like that.
Exactly. That's very true.
That is the problem.
Okay. Oh, I think you can. Don't worry. Feel free to pick up your call. So yeah,
Don't
it's another thing. Also, sorry, are you
Yeah, 1 second.
feel free to mute and then that's fine. Okay. So IG is going to be off for a little bit. So Halima, back to IG's
Yeah,
point.
now
Women
you
going
can
for
see.
men just because of what they have. And I think that sets us up
Yes.
for like maltreatment also, because if you're not looking at the man's character. Yes, it's good to see, oh, this man has a job, right? He
Yeah.
he's not like
Yeah.
lazy, right? But at the end of the
Sorry,
day, if
guys.
you're only
Yeah.
picking just because he has a car, go on, Alima. That sets us up for being in relationship that are just like, oh, I have money, so I'm looking after you, so do whatever I say, kind of situation.
Yeah. No, like now you can see what he said. When he had the old car and he was saying hi to those other women, nobody was responding. But immediately he bought a car. That means they're only interested with his pockets,
Mm.
nothing else. Then, and also if he also sees a nice young woman looking good, flashy and all that, when you bring this person to the house, they're just there. The two of you can't have anything you do not have anything in common. You see, you can't, that person can't even relate with your relatives, maybe your brothers, your sister, your mom, your dad. You see, they're just there. And then we forget one thing. Getting into marriage and into relationship, it's more than,
Like
okay, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, yeah, but it's not all about sex and that. It's beyond that. It's beyond that. Yeah.
Very true.
Because not every time you have that money, it comes a time where you're down. What do? Can you support each other? Can you give each other that comfort and assurance that things are going to be okay?
So it all goes down to like picking the right partner, because the beauty, for example, of the woman, right? If a man chooses her because of her physical beauty, the beauty can fade, right? But it's the character that will stay. And like you said, the money of a man can go up or down. We're praying that it goes up, right? But it can go up or down. Life can change at any given time, right? So is that ability to know that regardless of money, do I love this man? Well, for a woman, it's all about respect. Is this a man I can respect? Okay? Can I respect his character, his integrity, and I know that he's not a lazy man, and we're able to pull together and support each other to rise above obstacles in life. So it goes back to the point of choosing the right partner and taking our time and not being desperate, so that we don't end up in relationship that's one-sided, where we're the only one looking after the children, we're the only one paying the bills, or in a man's perspective, like you're the only one loving the woman and she's not loving you. So it's very important to choose wisely, but then like we said, it's difficult. Like it's difficult oftentimes we know what we need to do, right? Like we were saying, we know the right thing to do. It's just having the strength to say, you know what, this relationship is not for me, I'll leave it. This relationship is for me, I'll have courage to start. Because it's one thing
Yes.
to leave a relationship. Sorry, I was going to touch on something. If you guys can share your opinion, it's one thing to leave a relationship, but it's another thing to be courageous enough to let somebody else love you, right? Because you can leave a relationship and say, okay, you know what, I've been hurt, I'm not going to let anybody else love me, right? So that's another angle
Yeah.
that I want us to touch on. Allowing, once you do move on, allowing somebody else to love you, or to giving somebody else a chance. I think IG was touching on that.
That
Go on,
is true. This is true. But sometimes we are so scared.
especially if you've been hurt before. And like with your story, if you want to share your story, like carry on with the story you were sharing before the phone was
Yeah, but when you have a kid with somebody, even if he done something wrong to you, you just have to cover it because you have a kid with you have a kids already.
Okay.
Like my mom teach me, when you have a baby with somebody, even if he hurt you, you have to keep it on you because it's a mama, your child.
Okay.
But my marriage was, I didn't have nothing. I can blame myself.
Okay.
I was providing everything for my own family, and the things is going bad, no, because of me. And then I understand, it's not just mean you doing everything is enough. For some people, that is not enough. You understand? Even if you do everything, you giving money, you buying shopping, you doing everything, you be patient, you be attention,
I hate you because your best is never good enough for someone who doesn't love you. Sorry to cut you quick to make that point.
Yeah. But sometimes we are, like myself, to be honest, I'm single for 4 years. Sometimes I'm scared.
Scared of?
Scared, like to restart my life again.
Okay, yeah, sorry.
You understand what I mean? Because on my mind, I say, okay, I have my job, I have what I need. When I come, it's coming. That's it. Sometimes I can say, okay, let me get out today to go to cinema, but I don't know how to call that.
I'm just so happy, IG, like with your transparency as well, because in the discussion part, like I put women, but it's now I feel like I should have just kept it open, men and women, because as a man, you can end up in a relationship where it's one-sided. You're the one that is struggling to prove yourself, to show that you love them, and then you're being taken for granted, right? And then now you're finding it hard to love again, to move on because you're scared of getting hurt, right?
Yeah,
So it
the
goes
problem
both
is
ways.
when I love this woman, she was not have a visa. She was just get married and everything to get her visa. And that is hurt me because if you was tell me in the beginning I just need visa, maybe I have a big heart, I will help her.
Yeah, I doubt that you would help someone that says, "Oh, I just want a visa," and then you give
You
them.
understand me? I don't care, to be honest. It's just paper. It's just paper. But you can't joke with the sentiment of people, and I'm fine, to be honest, but it just, like, I don't say all the woman is to get a Sam. No, it's not Sam, but I'm just not lucky to go to the right person in the beginning.
And I wouldn't say you're not lucky. I feel like when one's first relationship doesn't go right, like you, in your case, you were married before, I was also married before. I think when you have a relationship that didn't go right, it teaches you, right?
Yeah,
Instead of
yeah,
seeing it that
yeah,
way,
yeah,
you need to
yeah.
start
That is
seeing
right.
like, what did I do wrong? Not what did you do wrong, because it's not like just one-sided, right? So it's important to see how did I play a role in the relationship not going well. So once you can see that, you can improve that side of yourself,
This
right?
is right.
You are going to be the best husband, partner. If you decide to ever get married again, you're going to be your best because you've improved. That's the way I try to see it. Any
That's right.
experience you had in the beginning, it makes you now. I believe that I will make a better wife than I did way before. Like the version of me now is way different than the version of me 10 years ago. Does that make sense?
That's
If
right.
you're constantly evaluating yourself. So don't say that you're not lucky. I think in itself, it's a blessing for you now to know what you want. I'm sure IG now, you know what you want. If a woman comes to you and she's pretending, you know how to look for the signs. I mean, you should know, right? And you
That's
should
it
know
right.
your weaknesses as well and your shortcomings, right?
That's it right.
So yeah, so it's not like you're unlucky, and I just feel like in a way it's a blessing. You're able to improve yourself and be a better partner for the right person for you.
This is right. You're right.
So I wouldn't be discouraged, or because that's how one must think to encourage themselves, that there's someone out there for each and every one of us, and it's just a matter of being patient, and then God has a way of like connecting people, at the right time, right? So if you can just maybe obviously go out more, because you were mentioning about staying home most of the time after work, like the weekend. And I'm
Yeah, but
laughing because I'm
the
saying this.
problem I got, I don't drink. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke drugs. And when you go outside, it's not just boring because you go outside, you see just people drinking, smoking.
Right. Okay.
Sorry, I need to answer this call.
You can just we'll carry on. Okay. Thank you. Okay. But I'm just going to say, in terms of drinking or smoking or whatever it is that you do or you don't do, there's always a place out there for you in the world, right? You can like explore your hobbies, like things that you like doing, whether you like going to the gym, you like painting, poetry, whatever it is. Once you start doing more of those things, please correct me if I'm wrong, right? Once you start doing the things that you love and you like doing, you'll meet someone, maybe not for romantic relationship, but you meet more people by doing the things you love, right? So
I
Alima, I
think
don't know if you want to.
you're also saying it is true. Sometimes you are so scared to get out of this thing. Like the way he has said, I was also in a relationship for 6 years. Then I was like, what will people say? And every time he would make a mistake, I would cover for him. Like, it's like, it's my fault. That is why he's doing this thing. Like, there's a time I can't remember, he told me, a woman, she's the one who's supposed to be in the house and do this and do that. Like, you're not supposed to follow me. I just sat down one day and then I asked myself, is this thing I'm doing the right thing? I just sat down alone. I was like, no, 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 no.
Mm,
Like, I have to get out of, because I wasted 6 years with this
mm.
person and you're heading nowhere. It's like
Hoping.
you have to follow the person. You are fighting with women. It became so tiresome. It came to a point I would feel that I can't do this anymore. And I asked myself, do I even love myself? Or
Mm,
it's like I'm obsessed to this person. I can't do without them. That time I told myself, enough is enough. And I
mm,
walked out. He thought that I can't make it. I can't remember. He told me, I'm giving you a month. live without me. A month was done. He
Wow.
was like, no, I'm giving you 6 months. 6 months were gone. I decided to
Well done.
love myself.
Wow, the sisterhood is proud
It
of
was
you.
hard.
Carry on.
Trust me, it was hard. It was
Mhm.
hard. It was not easy. But the day I decided to walk out, because I could walk out after 2 months, I'm like, no, I go back. After 3 months, I'm back. It went on for 6 months.
Mhm.
No, for 6 years. After I said, I've had enough.
Sorry,
I've
guys.
had enough. I have to walk out.
You're gone.
And that day is when I walked out and I walked out. I just said, now it's time to love myself, because it comes to a point that everybody in our estate knew.
Knew
Everybody
what you were
knew
going.
the drama and everything which goes on between us. So I just decided, enough is enough. I walked out.
What got you to that point? Camel. What was the straw that broke the
I
camel's
think
back? Because you stayed for 6
I
years.
think it just comes to that point that you can't do it anymore. And I told myself, Halima, this is what we call stupid love. This is not even love. Yeah. And I think also because of the friends that you have.
I was going to say, if
This
you
thing
have a
is
good
like
support
normal. My
system.
boyfriend was cheated on me. Like, I forgave him. We went out. My boyfriend did this, but I forget. So you see, it's become a circle. And then you put it like it's a normal thing to be done to you.
Okay, because
But I
when you're
looked at it, I was like, no,
I see what you mean. You're trying to voice your opinion that, oh my gosh, this guy's cheating on me. And your friends are like, oh, don't worry.
Yeah.
My one cheats on me as well, but it's okay. Stay there. Don't
Yeah.
worry. So having the right
Then I
people
was like,
in your life is very important also. But for you to
Yeah.
able to like get out of the
Having the-
relationship in spite of having that kind of talk in your ear is very impressive. Okay.
yes.
Okay,
I
yeah.
was
So
like, no. Have to walk
thank
out
you
of
for
the house.
sharing.
But it really took time. It really took time. It really took time and courage.
Exactly. So the
Even
first
myself, I would look at myself and I was like, wow, have I done this? Am I the one who is alone? Like, and then I was also scared because I had introduced this person to my family. I'd gone to their family. 6 years, it's not a joke. 6 years,
not
it's
a
not
joke.
a joke. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then this person can go whenever they want, but you can't go. I was like, this, no.
So it was like kind of like an imprisonment. He can do whatever he wanted to do, but you had to
Yeah,
stay
but I can't.
home
Yes.
or stay behind, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But then did you like you said, you didn't have the support around you, but when you got out of the relationship, you started to create support system around you. How was that like? In case,
Yes.
anyone watching this is probably going through that and they need that courage to say, you know what, they want to get out. They know that they need to get out, but they need that encouragement or knowing that there's more out there for them or there's better.
Number one, we need to love ourselves. Until it came, I can't remember. I was talking to a friend, and then she was like, by the way, I used to see your boyfriend with another woman, but I could not tell you. I was like, what?
Oh wow! So other women reporting that they see your boyfriend with other women.
Yes,
Like
but they
another
would
woman.
not even tell me. You see? So I think those are friends that you're supposed to stay away from them. Yeah.
But obviously for them,
Because
sorry,
I
I'm just
even
going to
had
say the
to
room
change
kind of
the town.
Sorry,
I
for
had
one
even
second.
to change the town.
If, for example, your friend's boyfriend is cheating and you see them cheating, right? And you know that this friend has stayed with them for a long time, regardless of the cheating, your friend has decided to stay. It might be tricky to go and tell your friend, oh, your boyfriend is cheating again, since you know that she's not going to leave anyway. Does that make sense? So that might have been
You know,
why they
with
didn't
them,
tell.
they never told me. They never
Okay,
told
so they
me.
never advised you to leave anyway. So it's not like
No,
they
no,
got to a point where they knew that you're not going to leave. So what's the
yes.
point me telling her? Okay.
And because they knew this guy, they could go out and come to my house and stay there. This guy can take us out. You see, that
Okay.
was the
Taking
problem
care
because
of you.
there's something they were getting from me.
Mm,
That was the problem. Yes.
mm. That's very courageous of you, honestly.
Even I can't remember
Hmm.
there's a job that I could go and then was like, no, you can't work there. You can, and then
Wow.
I
So he was
think
stopping you
like an
from
African
working or
woman, I
taking.
would think on that perspective of this man is the one who's supposed to tell me what to do.
Mm,
You see, tell me what to do, what to wear, what to think.
that is
I think
very
I'd
controlling.
got myself involved with a narcissist. I think so.
Yes, it sounds like I
That
don't
kind
like
of
throwing the word
narcissist.
around because people just throw it around a lot, right? But from what you've said, obviously a very
Yeah,
highly selfish person, controlling, and that can stem from a lot of different
yeah,
issues, you know.
yeah.
But you were
Yes.
able to get. And how long have you been out of that relationship, if you don't mind me asking, of course?
Now it's 10 years plus.
Wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a long time ago. And since then,
Yeah.
obviously,
It's a long
you're an improved woman, and I'm guessing that
so
relationship
much.
helped you to be who you are now. Like you're wiser, you're stronger, you know what to look out for. I'm guessing, I'm hoping, right?
Of course. Yeah, of course, of course. I think I had to go through that to learn.
Mm. And that's why we're having this live this evening. In case anybody is watching out there going through the same situation, whether you're a man or woman, I know I've put in the comment section, oh, woman, right? But as IG has demonstrated, it's both men and women go through one-sided relationship where they're doing everything, they're suffering, they're doing their best, but you're never going to be enough for someone who doesn't love you. All right. And it's very
Yes,
important.
and I think
Self love is very key to accepting yourself the way you are. Because if you don't love yourself or accept yourself the way you are, nobody else will love you. And once you don't love yourself, for example, if I didn't love myself to the core, right? And let's say a man says, oh, Kathy, I really like you, right? There's no way I can accept that love deeply because I'll feel like, oh, why would someone love me? Why would someone, right? Because I don't truly see beauty or love, not just physical beauty, beauty within myself. So I'll be doubting, why would someone love me? Why would someone want to be with me? And then maybe then settle for relationships that are not the best for me because I feel like that's what I deserve. I feel like I don't deserve better. I only deserve the men that I have to prove myself or like crazy relationships. Do you see what I mean? So that's the psychology of like loving yourself and knowing that you are good enough and there's someone out there for each and every one of us. And I'm just so happy, IG, Alima, that you've joined me, not just by watching, but you've contributed. And it really, I don't know what's going on. 1 second, TikTok is showing me some kind of, all right, it's disappeared. Something was, some timer was going on just now, but yeah, just to show that it can happen both to men and women if you're in a relationship that you're not being appreciated. Thank you, Alima, for sharing your story. I think IG was just like touching on his story in terms of like getting to the stage now where you're looking to move on and being afraid to move on after like a toxic relationship. And I'm guessing in your case, IG, there are children or child involved, which made you feel that you need to cover up for that person. Oh, we have children together. So you stayed longer than you should have, right? Or you did certain things because you were considering your children or your
No,
child.
I forget what she done, but
Okay, you did what she
because
did.
we have a children together,
Okay,
I
you
want
did.
these children to get good education. I'm contributing, taking my child in the park, and giving child maintenance and looking after my child properly. But like how Alima say, the priority is on me. I just want to love myself, then look after myself and go to work, come back home. I'm not like before I married her, I was praying every day, ask God, please give me wife, because I like to have a family, my own family, to wake up in the morning, to see my child, to see my wife, to see my kids, be happiness,
Mm-hmm.
But it was not the case the first time, and it's a life,
Yeah, it's life, and things have a way of turning around, right? And then
Yes,
now
yes.
that you're in a good space, obviously, the more that you go out, and I think before your phone rang, I was talking about doing things that you love. Obviously Monday to Friday you go,
The
and then
problem is that
Saturday,
the
then
things I
Saturday.
love, I have it home.
I know, but like, what do you like? You like to eat or like exercise,
I am a
poetry?
chef. I am chef.
Okay.
I cook every food I want myself. I'm
Okay, so
just
you don't
became.
feel the need to go out to eat.
Yeah, I'm very good chef. And I like music.
Okay, so you can go
I
out
ha-
dancing or like.
I have all the instruments music to my flat.
Okay.
Then
No
sometimes I
comments. I
sit
don't know what
down,
else
right?
to say. Well, like if
You
you go
know,
like dance classes, you can go to just different activities and classes, things that you like. Okay, I know you're a chef, but it's also nice. It's not just. It's good to do things at home, but once you go out, the main reason you go out is to connect with other people. Do you see what I mean?
that
Especially like
that's
in
it.
your free
That
time. I'm
that's
saying
that
that to you as if like I do that all the time, but it's something
that's
that
it.
I find that helps.
That
Like,
is true, but I try
yeah,
last year,
okay,
and anytime when I go out, I was bored and I was missing my flat, and
okay.
then I come back home.
Mm-hmm.
It's something like I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. How long ago? Oh, ago. How long ago would you say like was it your divorce?
5 years ago.
5 years. Okay, so it's been a while. Because I was thinking maybe you're still somehow missing your
No,
ex-wife.
no, I
Taking
I don't
advantage.
love anymore. It's me. I
Okay.
asked for divorce.
Oh, you
The
were the
love is
one that.
gone.
Wow, that's.
Yeah, the love is gone. But
Mm,
myself, I don't believe anymore in the relationship.
I
Yeah,
understand the sentiment, but
it's
I respect.
something like it's something like I don't like to be like that because
Mhm.
I don't like to be single all the time, stay home alone, watching TV, But for the moment, it's like this. Well, how is it?
Mm. I mean, it takes time, and as long as you're willing, because it seems like right now you love being at home, right? So you have to get to a space within yourself where you're like, oh, I'm tired of this. Then you start to maybe venture out more. Do you understand? Because once you love what it is that you're doing, there's no advice, no amount of,
Yeah,
oh, do this, do
you're
that.
right.
Once
But
you love
I
what you're
am the problem I got.
doing,
I am so true person, and
mm.
I think everybody is true like me.
Okay. You feel like
And
everyone has the same heart as you.
yes, and then sometime when I get out
Mm-hmm.
and I see people like a disrespect or people do something wrong,
Mm-hmm.
this is disappointing me again.
Mm. Well, I think it's just getting to a place, like if you're like a kind-hearted person, or they call it an empath or something, like you can feel people's pain, you see what I mean? It's very important to build sort of like a support around yourself, not just with people, just having that, like building up that strength for yourself, right? Like knowing, okay, everyone's not the same as me, and
Uh,
just allowing people to be, given that I'm saying this because I'm similar in a way, or I used to be similar, but just understanding that everybody is different and it doesn't make them wrong, right? And it doesn't make you right. Nobody is like, oh, because I'm more laid back and I like things being done right. It doesn't make you right. Does that make sense? If you start to see it that way, those people that behave in that way, behave unbecomingly or rude or whatever it is, that's them. That's how they were raised, right? And you just have to give them like the grace, right? To say, okay, if they're behaving like that, only God knows what's going on in their life. They must be going through a lot. They must be. So when you start to have grace for people, you're not going to be like, oh, I'm disappointed in them, because then by saying that, one is almost putting themselves as superior, like I'm so
Yeah.
better
But
than.
you know something why I'm like that? The lady I was married, I was loving her 100%.
Oh yeah, you loved your
You
wife
know, I never
100%.
cheat her. I never go to other women. I never leave him on the night alone. You know, I was there when they need me. You understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I
And
understand. I
to be
understand.
honest with you, when I get divorced, it was so hard. So hard the first 6 months.
I'm
It was
sorry to.
so hard for me.
Mm-hmm.
I recovered from that. It's past now 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
But that moment, I swear to God, I don't want that moment come back again in my life. It was so hard.
Divorce is a very difficult thing.
It was so hard. The first 6 months, it was very, very hard for me. And don't having nobody to support me. I was alone, you know, and I was not getting any support, like somebody even to talk,
And it's harder for
you
men
know.
to open up, I think as women, it's easier for us to have a little group of,
Yeah, yeah,
not even little group. It's easier if I come
Yeah.
online and talk about, oh, my husband did this. People are more likely to support me and say, oh, poor lady. Whether I'm in the wrong or right, it's easier to garner support as a woman. But as a man,
yeah,
you're probably seen as, oh, why is he crying? Why is he complaining online? He needs to get on. Do you see what I mean? So it's harder for you guys to
yeah,
even have that
yeah.
support. So I hear you. And you've done such a great job to be where you are now.
You're
And I'm saying that with
right.
not, I'm not trying to patronize you. I really respect the process that you've gone through, and it seems like you're still growing, you're carrying on, and that's respectable.
You're right.
I think
Yeah.
sometimes it's true what men go through and to expect them to be more strong than us. But I think one thing IG should do, he should first accept the fact that it was not his fault
Mm,
that things went bad. I think that is one thing you're supposed to do. Accept the fact that it was not your fault.
think of
Love
Marina.
yourself back. Like, just give yourself that chance to become you again, become that person you were before you met her. And I think you'll be surprised that you are much better person than that time right now. Just give yourself that chance. And I also think that's why even you find more men committing suicide than women or going through depression because they don't talk about it. They keep quiet. They do not have somebody to share with it. You feel like when you talk to another man, he'll feel that you're weak. That's why you see they go through these things because they want to show to the community that they are strong enough to handle everything. And I think sometimes it's not wrong to share or to cry the way us women we do. Like you end up crying and then it's all goes.
Mm.
Yeah.
No, so yeah, you were saying that, oh, women, obviously it's easy. I mean, not it's easy. It's safe for us to cry and our tears sort of matter. I mean, not to say man's
Yeah.
tears don't matter. Yeah. But obviously, if a man is crying, you know that, oh, wow, it has to be really serious. And it tends not to be taken as seriously as a woman's tears, if that makes sense. So, and
Yeah.
you're right. That's why men, most, the statistic is showing that men commit more suicide because they don't have people to talk to, they don't have people to open up to. That's why I'm actually very, very impressed that you came on to actually share the experience, because before doing this live, I was more just coming from a woman's perspective, women being, in a one-sided relationship type of thing. So for you
Yeah.
to come on and give that, like, a man's voice, to say, what, men are going through this. And Alima, when we also talk about domestic abuse, different things going on in relationship, the majority of the time is women's voice that we hear, right? Because
But
even women,
have a lot of men get abused as well.
but it's hard to believe, because you feel like, even with platforms like this, the conversation that we have tends to be around women going through abuse, going through, one-sided relationships. So it's nice, having this space to be able to, like, all talk about whatever it is that we're going through, and to shed light on the fact that men are also in abusive relationships.
That's true.
It's true, it's true. Men also go through a lot, but they intend to keep quiet.
Hmm.
Then you find
Judgment.
somebody is sick,
Thank
they are
you.
taken to the hospital, they are going through depression, and they don't speak because somebody's like, how will the community judge me?
Judgment.
You see, yeah, you're scared of how people are going to judge you, and yet you are hurting inside. You see,
That's very
like
true.
what IG was saying, whatever was happening to him, he was scared. Number one, he has children, so he has to cover for the mistake of somebody else.
Exactly, because he didn't
And
want to, like, just to get
yet
her in
for him,
trouble.
things are going bad on his side, yeah. But I think he has come in right here, and maybe we have talked about things. By the end of the day, it will feel good. I think after we do this, by the end of I know he's going to be somewhere he was not before we started all this discussion.
Amen. That's the most important thing. IG, do you agree with Alima? Because talking
Yeah.
about it in itself is freeing. And if it's
Yeah.
not just talking, you're like joining a community, more or less, right? Like knowing
Yeah.
that people are out there who care about you, in essence, right? They might not
Yes.
be close to you, but there's a sense of care and relatability. Like they
Yeah.
can relate to your story, so you're not alone. Because the
Yes.
hardest thing is to feel like you're alone in the world, like people don't understand the pain that you're going through.
This is true. Sometimes I ask myself, I say, okay, to be honest with you, it's so hard because, like now, I'm in the holiday for 15 days. I have money to go somewhere, but I don't know. I'm stuck in the house.
Mm.
For me, it's like, okay, I'm happy to the house. It's enough for me. But I know I miss to have my own wife, but I'm so scared, to be honest, to get hurt again because, like how you say, when I get divorced, before I get married, all my friends were saying, "Don't marry her, don't marry her."
Oh wow! So they were warning you. That's
Yes, and I didn't listen nobody. And when the divorce started, I was like, it was so hard, and I was not facing. Everybody was telling me, "Don't marry her." I was don't know what to say.
oh yeah, because that's why you can't turn to them now, because they already warned you not to marry her. So
Yeah,
now you feel embarrassed to go back to them, the very people you didn't listen to.
yeah.
It makes sense. You didn't
That's
have
it.
people to talk to. Mm-hmm.
You know, this is
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really understand that feeling of we told you so. Now you're scared, you're like, I'm going to tell them. They will laugh at me. They will tell me it's all my fault because they have already told me and I didn't listen to them. It's hard. It's hard. I feel him. I know what he's saying. But I think it's high time you give yourself another chance.
Yeah.
To be honest, is that I would just say in my mind, when I come is come. That's it. I just say, for my mind, I say, oh, if you go outside, it's wasting time. You know, if you meet nice person, try to know the person. If you come in, he's coming. Otherwise, to be honest, I'm not complaining. You know,
Mm.
just it's a life. Honestly, I have a two beautiful child. One is 18, one is 7. She's my friend, both of them, you know. I look after them.
Okay.
I
18
focus
years
I
old or 18
focus
months? 18 years. Okay.
I focus to them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I buy them whatever they want. I be here, I talk to them, try to give them the education I got
Mm.
and the value of the life.
Mm. So you're doing your best as a father, even though you're not with their mom anymore. You're still doing your part.
Yeah, my
It
child is
belongs to
coming
you.
here today, this weekend, not
Lovely.
here because he's going to holiday. But every weekend when she's in the UK, he pass Friday, Saturday, Sunday afternoon.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, and we pass nice time. I cook for them nice food. I take them cinema.
Mm.
I go to the park with them.
Oh, that's lovely.
Try my best.
I mean, and that's the best we can all do is just try. Everyone is trying their best, right?
Yeah.
Nobody has it all figured out. And you've found a pattern that works for you right now, right?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
course, eventually you'd want to like find someone, right? Um, in the long run. But right now, the key thing is just being happy with where you are. You've got your life, everything's going accordingly for you by God's grace, right? Like the key things, right? And there's just that one thing, like you want a relationship, okay? But it's just learning to start enjoying life before that person will come. They might even be on this live right now. They might come into your DM after and say, "Oh, hello, IG. I heard that you're on holiday. What's going on?" You just have to be careful that it's not about the
Yeah, but
car. Mhm.
I enjoy life. I start, when I was 15 years old, I start enjoying the life.
When you were 50 or 15, sorry.
15,
Okay.
you know, and I done a lot of good things. I go a lot of good places, and I know the life how was it. You know, when I get married, I was already set up. I was really
Mm.
set down. I say, okay, now I have enough to clubbies. I have enough to changing girlfriend. You know, and yeah, I was already done everything. You know,
Mm. So you felt like before you were married, you set yourself up the best
yes,
way
I
possible.
was already done everything because
Mhm.
I play so young, play with the money, play with the out, play with the things, And when I was married, I was already say, okay, now it's enough.
Okay, so you had your fun before you got married, right?
Yeah,
Basically.
I have a lot of fun.
And then you
Yeah,
planned that, okay, now that I'm married, I'm going to be focused on my wife, give her everything that I humanly possible. Not like you were perfect, you know. You had
no,
your
I'm
human
not perfect man, but I
yeah, of
was
course,
when I
but
married,
grand
my
scheme of things.
focus it was go to work, look after my own family, give
Mhm,
them the value of the life, the security,
mhm. But it just
and
didn't work out.
if tomorrow I'm not here anymore, them she gonna
Be
miss
sorted.
me,
Mm.
you know. It's okay to be
But
honest.
you still have that. And the good thing is
Eh?
the children are older now. Like you've got an 18-year-old, right? You've got one
Yeah, yeah. The girl is 18. The boy is little, still
seven.
little, 7.
Okay. So the point is that that age now, they start to understand you. They see you. So, you know, like if they're young baby, right?
They
They
love
still,
me more than their mom.
I mean, no comments, okay? But all I can say is you're doing your part. You're contributing. The kids are seeing you.
Yeah,
They know that, okay, this is daddy, this is
yeah,
what daddy does. And that's the most important thing. And then you can work, you know, you're working well with your ex-wife, right?
Yeah, we have a we divorce. We're not together anymore, but we talk about just the child.
Yeah,
If the
and that's
child
the
have a problem, I'm
blessing.
here to listen.
Hmm.
If the child go to school, I will buy the school's clothes, the school book, everything,
Hmm.
and make sure every weekend to take them to pass time with them.
Okay.
You know, that's what it is. You know.
I mean, that's the most important thing. As long as you're there and you're influencing them, and they also have their mom in their life, everyone doing their best, because it's better for both
For
of
the
you to be
child,
separated and you're
it's
both
true.
happy separately. So when they're with daddy or dad, let's say daddy's always happy. I mean, not always happy. We can't always be happy, but he's in a good
You
space.
know, I tell you very funny things. The boy, he told me 2 months ago,
Mm-hmm.
Dad, when you gonna find me stepmom? I said to him, so why you want me to find his stepmom? He said to me, then he gonna cook chicken nuggets for me. I said,
Oh,
you just want chicken stepmom for chicken nuggets.
that means daddy can't cook chicken nuggets, right?
You were so laughing that day.
Oh, bless him. Wow. I mean, he's ready for you to get someone. They're tired of you. They're like, come on, get out of the house. Now I'm
Yes,
just.
sometimes the kids
They say
push
the
me a lot.
funniest things, yeah. But it's good. It's a testament to how close you guys are. You know, you're able to make jokes and they're free around you. They're open with you, which is very important.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's really, really been awesome. Alima, I don't know if there's anything you want to add. Like what we've touched on the different aspect of some of the reasons why as a woman you might be in a one-sided relationship and having that strength to come out. We've also touched on the man perspective, thank you to IG, and being in a one-sided relationship where you're the one just like trying your best to make things work, and then getting, whether you're a man or woman, getting to that stage where you're like, when is enough enough? Halima had her time when she said, you know, after 6 years, enough is enough. And she made that bold choice 10 years ago to work, you know, walk out of a relationship that she invested 6 years. And I know as people, men, women, we look at how long you've invested in a relationship. You're like, oh, I've been here for 2 years, 3 years, we've been married for 20 years. You look at the time, but there's nothing worse. I think I saw a quote somewhere that says, there's nothing worse than being with someone that doesn't love you for 20 years, is being with that person 20 years plus 1 day, right? So staying extra time, because the thing is, yeah, all we have is the time. This is our life right now. 6 years of your life, 7, 10 years of your life. That's your life, right? That you could have been using to do something else, something more productive, or interacting with people that actually love and care about you. But like we said, also, it's all a lesson, right? Alima wouldn't be the woman she is, you know, if she didn't go through what she went through. I wouldn't be the woman I am if I didn't go through what I went through. And I'm sure IG would say he wouldn't be the man he is today if he didn't go through what he went through. So if you're out there, please do not feel discouraged and feel like, oh, because I've gone through a separation or divorce or a broken relationship, because a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. I'm sure you'd agree with me.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, a broken relationship is better than a broken marriage. Even though you've met his family, you've met her family, if you feel like, you know, I need to put a stop to this, even if you've picked a date, if you feel like I need to put a stop to this and people are telling you, people that you love, and I know sometimes when we want to, there's a saying where I come from that a dog that's going to get lost will not listen to the owner's whistle, right? So sometimes if we're going to get lost, we're not going to listen to the warnings of other people around us. Okay. But that's life. It happens. But if you're able to listen to people around you, because think to yourself, why would everybody around me hate this one person? Right? Unless, of course, maybe you're used to them, maybe they hate you. But if they truly love you, you have parents, family, friends that love you, they're able to see what you don't see because you're blinded. We are blinded by the love. When you love someone, you only see what you want to see in them. But other people looking in, they'll be able to see, wow, why is this man talking to her like that? Or why is this woman talking to him like that? But because you're in the relationship, you're like, oh, it's okay. It can be a little loud, but ah, it's fine, or it can be a bit embarrassing, but it's fine. You know, you make excuses because you're used to that person, and you're probably scared of being alone or starting again. But it's possible and it can be done. All right. So what would you? Okay. Thank you. I've had my speech. Thank you very much. But IG Alima, what would you say if you could go back to where you were 10 years ago? Right? What advice would you give yourself? Okay, that's the IG and Alima. What advice would you give yourself? 10 years ago, you're in that relationship and you're struggling. You're feeling like, you know what? Maybe I should just stay here. Maybe this is the best I can get. Right? What advice would you give to yourself 10 years ago?
I think immediately I'd seen the signs, I would have not wasted all that time. And I should have not thought about what the community would say if I walk away. I think that is the mistake that we make. And especially as women, we are scared of the community, what they'll say. Because, like, here in Africa, when a woman comes from one relationship to another, we are most judged like we are loose women. And especially when you have children, then people tend to forget that you're a human being and you need to be happy by the end of the day. Yeah. Because there's so much news, like here you see women are being beaten, they are slashed, they are faced, they are burnt with oil. You see, we could avoid all that. The minute you see the red flags, I think you should run. You should run.
So you say to yourself, run, run, girl.
Run, girl.
Run as fast as you can. Run as fast as your legs will take you. That's an amazing advice. Thank you. Thank you so much. IG?
Well, if it was today, I will gonna be take my time again to know the person. Because in the beginning I didn't take my time. I was just, because I was loving her, I didn't see all the negatives I was just saying, okay, this is not big deal. I can change it. I can change it. But when you come to the marriage and you try to change it and this doesn't work, it means I didn't take my time in the beginning before past this another step to know her.
That's awesome. So taking time, you would tell your 10 years, like 10 years ago, to take time to know the person you're with, study them. Don't get carried away by the love that you feel for them. Don't see them how you feel about them. See them with really what they do in the grand scheme of things. You know, like we have the rose tinted glasses that comes on when we start loving people. So IG is saying just see them for who they truly are. Don't let just words convince you, then actions. How is this man acting? How is this woman acting? It's an amazing advice. And Alima was touching on just not caring about what the community will say about you, because at the end of the day, you only have one life. If you do A, people will judge you for doing A, or B, people will always judge you regardless. So it's important to do what you feel is right by you, by your God, if you're a believer. So just it's been an awesome life, to be honest, and I pray and I hope that at least one person has been blessed by this. I know I have been blessed, because if I didn't do this live today, I wouldn't have interacted and met IG and met my beautiful Alima and spoken to her and learn, not just meeting people, but the importance of learning from amazing, blessed people is very, very important. I feel blessed by both of you coming to join me, both of you feeling safe enough to share your experiences. It's a privilege and it's an honor to have hosted this evening. And I pray that we stay connected. And yeah, so
Thank
that's it.
you, K Coffee, as well, because you give us the opportunity to be. Because, like what I say, it's not a lot of people have the courage to do live in the TikTok,
Very
and
true.
you do it, and that is give us courage to come to speak to you, and
Oh,
thank you for that.
thank you so much, Aji. Bless you.
Hopefully, God gonna bless us, all of us.
Amen. This
Thank
time
you,
next
Lord.
time, like, ooh, look at my partner. We'll have a great story to share.
Oh,
And still, great stories not just by having partners, but it could, there'll be a lot of elevation and improvement,
yes, that's true.
right?
That's true. Thank you.